I want to bring up three very important folks to me, my team, Eric Hilton, Ebony Woodruff, and Tamara Veal, and they're going to share a little bit more about the process that we took with our Advocacy Institute members starting last year with hosting listening sessions, and they're going to describe a little bit more about that process and how that process evolved into those priorities that were on the screen.
As they come up, a quick note to say that there's an overflow room, and so there's all kinds of people watching from the overflow room, but also virtually. But if there's a free seat, feel free to come on into the free seats and make room. And there's excellent coffee, by the way, by a broader Southeastern roastery over there. So welcome to the team. What's the call? What's the panel? Yes. Seats here.
Hello.
Is it on now?
Okay, yes.
We're good?
Can you guys hear us?
Yes.
Okay, well, good morning, everybody. Again, I'm Tamara Veal.
Ebony Woodruff.
Eric Hilton.
I know sometimes people get us confused with my sister, so
Right.
I wanted to make that distinction. But yes, over the past, how Daniel was saying, over the last year, we have hosted a series of listening sessions that revolved around credit access, the discrimination claims process. Most recently, I believe the IRA, the Inflation Reduction Act,
Yes.
just informing farmers and landowners as to what it is, what it means, how do they fit into the bill. With credit access.
Yeah, and as the legal fellows, it's important that we, as members, it's imperative that you all tune into these listening sessions. We had them via Zoom. Within a year we've been here, we haven't had one in person. However, the turnout via Zoom was over 100 people, I believe. And this is how we, as the Federation, gather information to build our priorities to help our members and Black farmers alike. By listening to your guys' concerns and turning into our policy agenda, essentially.
Right. So we noticed there were some common themes during the listening session. The reoccurring themes tended to be access to credit, over-collateralization, and equity. And so we listened to the members, and then we met as a team with Dania, and we translated that into policy recommendations that we presented to the board and the executive team of the Federation. They discussed it, tweaked it a little bit, voted on it, and then we presented it to our full membership at the last annual meeting in August. And the different states, associations broke off and they voted on it, and here we are. And so I'm sure you all have seen it, but we do have 6 recommendations. And so here's our policy agenda. We support racial equity in conservation programs with no less than 13% of conservation program funding set aside for Black farmers and landowners. We support racial equity in credit access by increasing the microloan limit to $100,000 and aligning farm ownership and farm operating loan limit to $600,000, which I believe, Dania, has been done.
Not done, but it's made it to the president's budget.
It's made it to the president's budget. We support racial equity in credit by prohibiting FSA loan collateralization of the farmer's primary residence and to no more than 100% of the value of the loan. We support racial equity in credit access and conservation programs with targeted conservation program funding incentives to achieve loan forgiveness within the Air Property Relending Program. We support racial equity and conservation and credit by requiring a streamlined program application process with resources set aside for technical assistance by community-based organizations or technical service providers with no less than 10 years of documented history of providing technical assistance for Black farmers and landowners, And we support racial equity in agriculture by creating farm and student loan forgiveness program for Black farmers and professionals, prioritizing HBCU alum with 20% reduction in student loan debt for each year spent working in agriculture or at a community-based organization serving Black farmers.
Yeah, and so we didn't just make these up as we as we are listening to our members at every chance that we get, and we're listening very closely. I know a major issue that we ran into was the application process, so that was really big on our list to streamline that. The collateral percentage. So all of these things are from you all that we just turned into fancy sentences so that we can dressed it up a little so that we can deliver our services to you all.
And I believe, didn't the USDA also, they streamlined one of the applications?
Right, down to
So-
about 3 pages,
Yes.
I believe.
13 from 26.
There it is.
Yeah.
Right.
3 was in there.
So
I'm working on 3, bringing it down to 3.
the efforts aren't going undone, unnoticed, and
Right.
like I said, that's why it's really important that when we send out the newsletters about these listening sessions, that you all attend and make your voices heard, so we can gather the information we need to get things done on our end.
And with that, thank you all for listening. We hope that you enjoy the rest of the summit, and thank you for having us.
Thank you, guys.